Well, morning everybody. Right, first thing, can you hear that? No, you can't. No wind. I don't believe it. Every time I come here, it's blowing a gale. And today, there's no wind at all. So, I don't really care if I don't find any fantastic things. I'm just going to enjoy the day out with no wind. It's absolutely wonderful. Temperature wise, it's really nice. It's about 5 or 6 degrees. Not too cold, not too warm. Ideal for it. Over in the background there, that's another one of the riding stables. Belongs to another veterinary surgeon. Does the same kind of thing as my other friend, the veterinary surgeon, does over there. Anyway, just a couple of quick shout outs. One to Metal Detecting Face, chap in Scotland, nice man, and another nice man who I think lives in Devon. They call him Detecting Tom. Detecting Tom, he's just started to make videos and he's making a nice job of it as well, so give him some support and give his videos a watch. I've put him on my playlist so you'll see him there. So over there there's some woods. I said that we'd try and go in the woods in the last video, but we'll see what's going on in this field behind you first. It's a big field, and if there's not much happening there, we'll try the woods, and failing that, we'll move on somewhere else. So anyway, I'm going to have a quick drink, and then we'll get on with it. Okie dokie, I'll catch you in a bit. Right, we've got the first signal of the day. Only been at it about 15 minutes or so. Not a bad signal. I can actually see it, and I'm surmising that it's a button because that's what it looks like. But we'll get it out and we'll have a look. It's just down there. I'm just gonna get it out. Yeah, it's a button. I'll let you have a look at that. Get a bit closer to the camera. It's quite smooth on that side. It's still got the shank on. It's got a lot of gold gilding on it as well. I don't know if you can see that glistening in the sunlight, but there we go, first find of the day, a nice little button. Right, we'll fill the hole in and we'll see if we can find something else, boys and girls. Right then, boys and girls, we've got another signal here. It's coming up at about, I've pulled the plug out so you can have a listen. It's coming up at about, in between, oh, it's changed its mind now. It's coming up at about 70. So we'll give it a dig anyway. It says it's about 5 or 6 inches. So we'll just have to keep his fingers crossed that it's not a tin can or something, because over there is the edge of the woods that I was talking about, and I've just gone down the side of it and I've just dug up 5 tin cans. Now I thought I was going to be able to go into those woods, but I've had a look, and apart from there being lots of barbed wire, it looks as though it might be some kind of little nature reserve or something like that. There's bird boxes and stuff all over the place and bits and pieces, so I don't know whether I can actually go in there. Anyway, I'll just put the plug back in because I can't hear it very well with my headphones on. So I'll pop that back in. So let's have another listen. Yeah. Can't hear anything now. What's going on here? Oh, it's in there. Let's turn it over again. Oh. Have a prod about in it and see if we can... I can't see anything. Well, this is proving to be a bit... I can't see, it's in there somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know whether it's something very tiny or what. Well, it's in there somewhere. I'm doing a lot of prodding about with spade because it's really wet and boggy, and I don't particularly want to get absolutely covered in sludge at this early stage. Well, it's down there somewhere, so let's have a look. Oh, hold on. Well, do you know, I hope it's not this bloody thing here. It is. It's this damn thing. It's nothing. No wonder I couldn't find it. Well, it's just a piece of rubbish. See that? Just a... well, I don't know what it is, but it's rubbish anyway. Alright, well, I'll check the hole and we'll move a bit further on into the field over that way. I'll see you in a bit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't done a live dig on this one because the signal were iffy, to say the least. But I've got it out of the hole eventually, and it's somewhere around here, so let's just have a fertile about and see if we can hear anything anywhere. I hope it's not as rubbish as that last thing that we found, because, well, that was just, oh, hold on, here we go. Well, it looks like a ring, but I don't mean a ring that you wear on your finger. Looks like one of those little horsey rings. Yeah, that's what it is. Just a little ring off a horse's bridle, or something along those lines. I've actually, looks as though I've caught it with the spade there. Looks as though it's made out of brass. Don't know if you can see that shining in the very dim sunlight, but that's what it is. Okay, we'll fill the hole in, check it, and I'm going to go for something to eat now, so I'm getting quite hungry, so I'll see you in a while. Right then, boys and girls, we've got another signal. I've moved into this field over here because I wasn't finding much over there at all, so we've moved over into this field now anyway. So, we've got a signal here. I've just dug the plug out. I'll let you have a listen to that. Oops. Oops a daisy. It's coming up at about 68 on the scale. So I'll just plug this back in so I can hear it as well as you. Well, you've already heard it. So let's have a look and see what we've got. That, once again, it might be a load of rubbish, might not be. It's about time we found something decent anyway. No, well, let's have a look. Oh God, what's this? Well, it's something. Looks as though it's made out of lead. Yep, that's it. Let's have a look at it then. It's an animal. It's an animal. This is the same field. I don't know whether you saw the video. This is the same field, and it was only just over there. I found that quite long ornamental whatever it was with the fleur-de-lis work on. And this, look, it looks like a, I don't know, but it feels like lead. Let's have a look. I'll have a look. Can you see that? It looks like, is it a... It looks like a bloody camel. It does. I'm not joking, it looks like a camel. I don't know. I do find some strange things, me, you know. They were up at the top of this hill. I found that number 8. You know that number 8 with spike on back. And this one, look, don't that look like a camel? It does, doesn't it? It looks like a camel. Ah, well, we'll pop it in bag. Well, at least it's a decent find, anyway. We'll pop it in bag and I'll fill the hole in, and we'll see if we can find some more strange things. Righto. I've just dug this plug out. It was a fairly good signal. First thing I saw when I pulled the plug out was this piece of clay pipe, which is always a good sign because it means that there was some activity in the field in the 1800s, depending on what the bowl was like, would depend on the actual year, really. But that's a piece of clay pipe. The actual target was this piece of lead. It looks as though it may be hollow. It could just be a piece of squashed pipe, lead pipe, I don't know. But we'll pop it in the bag and clean it up and see what we've got a bit later on. Right, boys and girls, we've got another signal down here just on the edge of the snow line. I don't know whether you can see where a hare has been running up and down in the edge of the snow. Anyway, it's just here. I'll let you have a listen to that. It's coming up at about 72, 73 on the scale. So I'll just plug this back in. And let's give it a dig. Might be another camel. Might be a load of rubbish. It's ever so wet, the ground. Well, obviously, with all the snow we've had and everything. What do you think it's going to be? Something decent? Load of rubbish? Lump of lead? Not quite high enough for a lump of lead. No, is it? Ah, we're in here somewhere. Can't see anything. Oh, sounds like it's in this lump. Yep, keep looking. You're gonna like this. Well, I think you are anyway. Hold on. Look at that. See it? I don't know what it is. I thought it was gold at first, but it's not. It's something that's been gilded. Well, let's have a hold on. Put that back down there. Have a look. It's another locket. A little gilded locket. I don't think it's that old. Probably from probably Victorian or early 1900s. But you can definitely see, I mean, it's obviously broken, the front's missing. You can see where the catch was attached to it there. You can see the glass in it. Can you see that? See the glass in that? It might have got something behind the glass, I don't know. I'm not going to disturb it too much because I don't want to ruin it. It's not got any writing on it or anything, it's just a bit of a design. But it's nice, I like that. Oh well, it's a cracking little find that. Right, let's pop it away. Hold on. Make sure I get it in. Put it safely in the bottom of the bag so I don't lose it. Right, people, I'll fill it all in and we'll find something else. Now, I haven't set the camera up to its full extent. I just couldn't be bothered. But I just wanted to bring it down to my level anyway. I've dug all this plug, it took me ages to find it, but look at this that I dug up at the same time. That is a piece of fossilised tree root. That'll be about 350 million years old. There's quite a lot of it round here. I don't know why this one's as high up as it is. You normally find them down in the valleys, in the streams, but that's what that is. I'll see if I can clean it up a bit for you. Yeah, but that's what that is. It's a piece of fossilised tree root. Some people think that they're actually the trees themselves, but they're not. It's part of the root system. But anyway, that's that. So I want to take that with me. I like things like that. Well, you probably do, don't you? Anyway, it took me ages to find this, but it's there. It might be because I've got a load of mud on the end of the pinpoint probe. I mean, it's working okay. Look, that's what it is. I'm fairly sure it's a button. You see, this is curious, this is the third button I've dug up. Not today, in this field. I showed you the last two with the coat of arms on and the crest. And this one looks as though it's got some kind of crest or coat of arms on. Fortunately, the part that's eroded is not the part. I'm not going to rub it too hard, I don't want to lose what's left of it. I don't know whether it's got the shank. I'm not going to disturb it too much. But it looks as though it's got a little face on it, or a little man or a little woman. I'll show you that the best I can you see that? Just looks like a little man or something on the front. But that's another very nice button. But the other buttons that I found, they'd all got coats of arms on and family crests from noble families, and it's almost as though noble families from all over England were visiting this site with their servants, because the buttons, they're livery buttons, what the servants used to wear. Now, whether they were helping them on or off their horses in the field or helping them to shoot things, I don't know, but there was obviously something going on around here with the nobility, but I don't know what. I'll see if I can get to the bottom of it. Anyway, another nice little find. Well, I'll tell you something, this one took some finding. It's about 11 inches deep. I found it eventually, I can see it now. You might not be able to see it, but I'll show it you in a minute. But I'll let you listen to the signal that I got. Hold on, let's just move that. It's coming up at 82 on the scale. As I say, it took some finding, but we got there in the end. Oh, I'll just break that off. I'll let you have a look. It's a coin, and it's a silver coin. I think it's a hammered coin. I'm not too sure yet. Obviously, I haven't got my glasses on once again. Well, let's have a look. Oh, hold on, I can't do it with my glove on. I'll give it a very gentle rub. Yeah, it's a hammered coin. Oh, it's got a hole in it as well. Can you see the hole in it? I can't make out what it is. It's very worn. But as I've said before in the other videos, the reason, there's two main reasons why they put holes in the coin. One of them reasons is just because they're a love token, but the other reason is it's a religious reason. When the Catholics were out of favour and you weren't supposed to worship them, if you'd got a coin with a Catholic monarch's head on, you had to hide it, and vice versa. If the Protestants were well out of favour but you still worshipped them, you had to hide the fact that you were worshipping a Protestant monarch. And that's the other reason why they used to, excuse me, sorry about my nose, that's another reason why they used to hide the coins away, depending on which monarch's head was on the coin and who was in religious favour at the time. Just thought I'd share that little bit of history with you. Anyway, that's a beautiful little coin, whatever it is. We'll have a look at it later. I'll fill this huge hole in. Hold on, let me put this in my special little pouch, which is down there. I'll just fasten that up so I don't lose it. That's it. Right, we'll fill the hole in, and I'm going to have something else to eat now. I've got another signal down here somewhere. It came up at about 65 on the scale, so obviously worth the dig. So we'll just have to have a listen to it again, just to give me a rough idea where it is. Sounds as though it's somewhere in the middle, I'm not quite sure where. Let's have a listen to it first with this. I don't know. No, it's not in there. Not in there. Not in there. Oh, first one, how it's pinpoint probe. Sounds as though it's down here. Oh yeah, here we are. It's a pistol ball. Let's have a look at that. It's not a musket ball. Have a look, there you go. Can you see that? It's just a little pistol ball. Coming from the 1700s, possibly, early 1800s. Another nice little find though. I like pistol balls, don't know why. But there you go. Okie dokie. Right, I'll pop that in the bag. Ooh, that damn wind's starting to get up again. I mean, it's still quite nice, but, you know. Right, we'll crack on. Right, just got another signal, my good friends. This is a little bit of a footpath that runs down the side of the field, goes down to the lane there. That's my friend's farm over there. And that one over there is Manor farm. That's one that he's just bought. But we've got a signal here. I'll let you have a listen to it. Hold on, let me find it first. Yeah, it's there. It's coming up at 52 on the scale. You can hear that. I mean, if I go into coin mode, it's telling me that it should be a coin, and it's coming up at about 62. So it's not in that. Well, we'll make sure there isn't another one in there. Oh, we'll shift that. Now, yeah, it's still down there. So let's have a look and see what we can find. Oops, sorry worm. I hate hurting worms. I always put the worms back in the hole. I hate to see him crawling away. Anyway, down there somewhere. Oh, here we are. Well, I'd hazard a guess and say it's Victorian. Oh, but let's both have a look. Right, here we are. Hopefully, might be in decent condition. It looks pretty good. I can see Britannia on it. And well, it does look in quite good condition as well. I'm not going to rub it too hard because these gloves are quite rough, but judging by the colour and the size, I'd say it's probably Victorian. I'll just give it a gentle rub on my trousers. Oh, I've dropped it now. Oh, here we are. Look where it leaves. Yeah, I'm almost certain it's Victoria, but we'll pop that in the bag. I'll check the hull. I'm only going to have about another half an hour because I don't know, I've been out here for quite a long time now, so as I say, we'll fill the hole in. I'll check it, but there was nothing in there anyway. Put all that lot back there like that. Give it a good stamp down. See, look at that. You'd never know that I've been there, would you? You see? You'd never know I've been. Right. I'll just turn the camera off so we don't waste the battery. Well, I'm only about 15 foot away from where I dug that last plug out with the Victorian, well, I think it's a Victorian coin, and I've just walked down the side of this little footpath. This footpath must have been used for a very, very long time. I've just dug this plug out here. It's only about 5 inches deep, and I've just found, see that, and it's another threepenny bit. Well, I think it's a threepenny bit. Anyway, let's pull it out and have a look. It is, yeah. It's another threepenny bit. I don't know how old it is, and I don't know which monarch is on the... I think it's Queen Elizabeth, although I don't really know, to be honest with you, at the moment. But that's another nice little find. I like threepenny bits. The old 12-sided one. I can see the plant that's on the reverse side of the coin. I think they're thistles or something like that, but it's another nice little coin. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be out here because it's supposed to start raining in a little bit, and it's looking decidedly grim over there. So I might just give it another half an hour and call it a day. Right, this is probably be my last hole, I think. I've just dug this plug out. It's about 6 inches deep. I'm not sure what it's made out of. It's not iron. It might be copper or something like that. I'm not sure, but I thought it was just a piece of scrap at first. But it looks as though it's got some kind of shape to it, as though it might have had some decoration on it at some time. And it's got something on the other side, like little round things. I don't know whether you can see those, like little circles, but I'll clean it up when I get home and we'll see if we've got something worth looking at, or something that just wants putting in the bin when I get back. Okie dokie. Right, I'm calling it a day now. I've had enough. We've only been in 3 fields. There's 2 over there and 1 just here. The 2 over there didn't seem to find much at all. I haven't given them a good going over. I've just sampled them in different areas with not much luck really. Although this field here, the one behind you, it still keeps giving up some nice bits and pieces. I mean, I wasn't going to go out again that way. I was just going to go home, but I thought I'll give it another half an hour, and that's when I found the Victorian coin and the threepenny bit over there. So I'm glad I stuck at it for another half an hour or so. Anyway, I'm just going to have this drink and then I'm going to head off back home. So I've enjoyed it today. It's been nice, especially with it not being windy. Glad you could join me. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. So until the next time, I will bid you goodbye. Right, welcome back everybody. Now, to start with, I did dig a lot of scrap up. Now, I haven't put all the scrap in the video because there was just far too much of it. I dug loads of tin cans up down the edge of that wood, loads of bits of copper plate and all sorts. There was an awful lot of rubbish, I can't deny that. But anyway, there are some bits and pieces of rubbish that I will show you. Now, the first piece of rubbish was this that I dug up. It took me ages to find it. It is quite shiny in places, and I thought it was silver at first, but it's not. I think it's just a piece of melted aluminium. It's a piece of copper plate. I dug loads of those up, at least 5 or 6 pieces. So obviously I haven't put them all in the video, it would just take too long. Just a piece of copper plate, that's all. This is a piece that I dug up that you didn't actually see me digging up. When I first dug it up, I just thought at first it was a piece of just scrap. But then I remembered, about 2 years ago, I dug something similar up, which was this piece here. And it's very, very similar in colour to that. And it got me thinking, because when I dug this up about 2 years ago, I was convinced it was actually bronze slag. So what I did, I cut it in half and polished it up, and lo and behold, it is pure bronze. If you can see that shining in the light, it is pure bronze, and that's what that is as well. So that leads me to believe that in that area they were smelting bronze to make bronze tools, weapons during the Bronze Age. So although it only looks like a piece of scrap, it is, as far as I'm concerned, a very important piece of scrap. Anyway, that's that. This was just another piece of scrap that I dug up, just a piece of lead tubing, piece of pipe. I don't know whether it is pipe actually, because it's actually quite rectangular there. It may be made for something else, I don't really know. I also thought that this was a piece of scrap lead that I dug up, but when I cleaned it up, those circles that I mentioned in the video, they became quite clear. If you can see the little circles just there. So it looks to me as though that was used as an anvil for punching out pieces of leather or something like that. So it was actually used as a little tool. That was just a harness ring that we found. Most metal detectors find lots and lots of those. Just off a harness, something like that. And then we found a pistol ball. I'm always curious as to why you find pistol balls in fields. I know that sounds a bit strange, but when you think about it, pistols in those days were only accurate up to a very, very, very short range. Maybe someone in the field was having a duel. You don't know, do you? Maybe next time I dig around there I might find some bones. You never know, it might be a skeleton. Right. I think it was one of the first buttons we dug up. It's got some gold gilding on the back. Quite plain on the front. There's no gilding on the front because obviously that was the side that got worn more than anything else. But that's all that is. This, now I've cleaned it up, was the other button that we found, and it has yet another family crest on it. It's got a little man, if you can see that there, a little man with some gilt around it. I haven't been able to track down the family who that crest belongs to yet, but when I do find out I will let you know. Lot of these livery buttons in that field. What was going on? I don't know. Excuse me. First coin. No, it wasn't the first coin. Anyway, another threepenny bit, 12-sided English threepenny bit with the, I think it's a thistle on the back. The date on it is 1953, and I think it's King George VI. This was the Victorian coin that we dug up. The date on the Victorian coin is 1897. So you can see Victoria's head there, and on the reverse of the coin is Britannia. You may be able to see that. I don't know how good the light is. The other coin that we dug up, I've identified it, so fortunately, just for a change, I don't have to ask anybody else, because I'm no expert on coins. I mainly rely on books by Spink, the coin experts. But the coin is William III, who reigned from 1694 to 1702. The date on the actual coin is 1697. There's not much to see because it is quite badly worn. It was minted in York, better known as William of Orange. William of Orange, if you're interested, William of Orange was invited over by the British Parliament to help put down the Jacobean rebellion. He actually died on the 8th of March in 1702. Now, strictly speaking, that isn't a hammered coin, because in 1696 there was a recoinage undertaken where they were trying to make a better coin than the hammered coin. And they started to remint them in York, Bristol, Exeter, Chester, Norwich and York. The engraver on that particular coin was a chap called John Rottier. I think I pronounced that right. So it's a nice coin, it's a beautiful little coin. As you saw, it's got a hole in it, and I did explain why there would be a hole in it in the video, so that's that. This is the locket that we found. As I said, I thought it was gold at first. I wish. I've never, in all the years that I've been detecting, I have never ever found anything made of solid gold. Never. Anyway, the locket, which is gilded in gold, the interesting thing, very interesting, is when I took it apart to clean it to make sure it was all nice and dry inside, I took this part out, and when I turned the glass over, you could see that inside the glass there is what looks like a piece of ribbon which will have come off probably a baby or a young child's bonnet. Now, they used to do a lot of that in this country. I don't know about in other countries, America or wherever, but when a young child died, as a keepsake or a memory, they used to either get a lock of hair or a piece of lace or something like that and put it in the locket, as I say, as a keepsake. It's very sad, I know, but that's what they used to do. Now, this is it's not a camel. It's not a camel, it's a dog. Now, this, I'm showing you this, I'm going to go in a little bit more detail about this, because a friend of mine, metal detecting face in Scotland, said he'd try and help me out identifying it. So if you're watching Metal Detecting Face, this is for you. It is a dog. It's made out of lead. I'll try and show you that as best I can. It measures 48mm in length, and it's 35mm high and about 5mm thick. There's nothing on the other side. It's quite plain, got a hole in it, as you can see. My wife, who is very, very good on history, seems to think it may be some kind of French hunting dog. It's a little bit beveled on the bottom edge, and that is about as much as I can tell you about it. I really would appreciate some input on that particular piece. So all of you, get your heads together and try and find out and let me know. So that's the roundup for today, boys and girls. I don't know when I'll be able to get out again. The weekend's approaching, the weather's turning very bad, they forecast snow, high winds and all sorts, but I'll get out as soon as I can. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.